some already side control stuff, right? So he's belly down, I have two arms in, right? The best way to get this arm in is kind of twofold. One, what I'm just gonna do is drop the elbow down to the mat, so it's rotated. I'm just gonna come straight down the body, because then I could use the neck to roll in if I need it. If it's high, I can still use this to push to free this arm first. But generally, this is the first arm I look for because I don't want them reaching over to trap, right? That's the last thing I want. So from here, it's just drop straight down so it's not out. Straight down, just roll the wrist, boom, to the shoulder. And just cupping the shoulder like a choke, right? Now, I can actually use, if he's super tight on this, I like to use the elbow push, and what I could do is I start to walk my body, one, and that gives me space, or what I could do is actually bridge to that 45 and then tuck and fall. So now you have your frame that you can use. Now, if you want to bridge that same 45 the direction I'm pushing, one, and then you can use your shrimp to recover. Bridge shrimp escape, right? So from there, what is key for me is the body walk from here, and you can stay where you're at, right? Is he wants to pull to obviously trap this arm, right? So what I like to do again is to push with this lat, push, and actually walk my body so that my hips are into his hips. Go ahead, spin all the way. Yeah. There we go. So instead of being out this way, I actually want to push to walk my body in so that I trap his leg from coming into knee belly. Plus, my head is really far for him to actually reach over. Reach this over. It's not very tight. Right, so let's start again. Good. Right? So the lower he is, the less likely he is to go north-south. Or you can see this pommel playing safe hands. So as soon as he reaches over, I come under. What's beautiful, I think what we're talking about Mark's choke, is I could punch here and drag down and trap. And then what he actually does is trap with this leg too, and just holds. So push the lats down and hold. Because eventually, most of the guys will pick their neck up, and I just wrap. Boom. One, gable grip. Then from here, it's the elbow coming down. It's this rotation. Like my elbow coming down to my hip. Down to my hip, and then you can bridge. Bridge roll. Trap into side control, right? If this arm is over still, I still like to use that same bridge. Even if I'm here, I can trap this leg and I bridge into this to sweep. And if they reach out and base with this, fine. And then you recover. Super simple. But there's also that concept of safe hands. So when I get this here, anytime he reaches over, I swim it in. You can place the hand right here so that I have terrible hand control. And now I want to open the same way. Open and push because it stretches them out. Because you really clearly don't want them to keep this relatively tight. So the tighter I am here, the easier they have to come to north-south. But the wider that I keep them here, no way are they going north-south. You can control the hip. Probably the only time that I come in is when they're sitting through. Sit through here, yeah. So that I can control this bottom hip. Right? Clearly I'm no good at this top hip, but if I walk away again, 1, 2, then I can close this side and it pinches them down. I use a lot of my legs to pinch on this side and trap their body. Clearly, if I'm out here, he has free reign of wherever he wants to go with his legs. Right? He has wherever he wants to go with his hip. Come closer. Good. But as I squeeze, I also squeeze. It's the same principles. So that if he does bring this arm over, I think you would have a good chance of doing your pushover. But if you push over with that, you can actually swim as they come back. Boom, and trap. So then you have this trap game again. It'd be interesting to look at that. Let me know how that does. Good.